Meanwhile, pop legend from the 80s, Mike Okri, is back in the show as he releases a new album, his first in over 2 decades. Details coming up in this next report.
After over 2 decades out, Nigerian pop sensation of the late 80s into the 90s, Mike Okri is back in town. The energetic singer, whose pop sound, laced with his wafi influence from the Niger Delta region of the country, provided show-stunning numbers after he stepped away from the music mainstream before the turn of the new millennium.
So I've been living in the US for quite 20-something years. I hate to put a number on it, but just for people to know. But I've also been coming back and forth, visiting my home country, Nigeria, and seeing how things work. First and foremost, to get myself acclimatized or accustomed to the music culture of the now. And I'm quite in tune and I'm quite in place with what is going on, which means music has evolved, and it was necessary that we also do our best to add our quota.
Tonight, he's unveiling the new body of works named Lend a Hand. While it's only a listening session with just a handful of guests as demanded by the new COVID-19 protocol, Okri is determined to make the show count as he belts out an enigmatic session starting with his old classics. He soon got to the party rave of that era, Omoge and Ode, to ladies that are generally referred to as slay queens in today's pop parlance.
When you have passion for your music, the African, Afro, world music, name it, there's a possibility that, yes, you want to identify with your own. However, so you can continue to build on what you have created. So I had a style, I had a motive behind my style, and I've always believed that, yes, when my people, especially when they keep yearning for what I long for or what I want to dish out as a musical potpourri, they will be the one to say, yes, we congratulate you, we're behind you, we've got your back and all that.
He eventually got to the new tracks of his new album as he introduces fans to his new sounds.
She's my lifeline and I love her so. Even if I face multiple pains, it's not just losing you.
Lend a Hand is a very wonderful idea. It's a concept that came from the fact that Nigerians should learn to giving. We know that the world over, some people will say, oh, we're the best in the world. We know how to contribute to the needy, the homeless, the helpless, the orphanage and all that. But Lend a Hand as a song kind of brings us back to how it is very necessary for us to be givers. Anyone that is underprivileged should be a beneficiary of our giving.
The new sound, however, retains his feel-good and dance vibe.
There's nothing like good music. When you have good music, it will create space for itself. And I see these great talents you've mentioned as those who are trying as much as possible to get their space going and carve a niche for themselves and not be like anybody else. I think that is what the likes of us have started way back. When we started, there was only one style of Mike Okri, and Mike Okri has never borrowed leaf from anybody. And if we are able to do the same, then there's a possibility for longevity. There's a possibility for being able to have that signature that registers you as your #1 for you.
In the crowd is Nigerian highlife singer Sonny Neji, who has a story to tell about his first meeting with the legendary singer.
You know, he's one of the best vocalists we have, not just in Nigeria, but in Africa. You understand? So I think the younger generation can learn that from him. Vocal discipline, vocal dexterity, you know, he has all that. I'm sure they can learn a whole lot from him. And we're really happy to have him. You know, like me, for instance, my story cannot be complete without Mike Okri. When I was growing up, he was one of those who challenged me, who encouraged me by coming into the studio to feature on a demo that I was recording. He didn't even know me. He walked in, he heard this guy singing, he felt he could add some value to what I was doing. That affected me, changed my mindset completely, you know, so I owe a whole lot to him.
Mike Okri's new album will feature a new collaboration with singer Shay Shay.